Volkswagen's historic move to consider factory closures in Germany for the first time in 87-year history.
For decades, Volkswagen ruled the automotive industry. Nobody could come close to this beast of a brand that produced one legendary car after another. But things aren't the same as they were before. Cracks are starting to show within the brand's dominance that no one knows how to fix. Volkswagen was once a symbol of trust and innovation, but now stands at the face of troubling scandals and intense competition. It has become the unexpected victim of an EV revolution that's moving faster than anyone could have predicted. And naturally, for a company so dependent on conventions, it's making it harder for the big name to catch up. With Tesla and other EV companies slowly creeping their way into the automotive industry, the place for Volkswagen remains under threat. There's a question lingering on everyone's minds, but they are too scared to ask. Is Volkswagen's legendary run finally coming to a bitter end? Before we talk about the brand's potential downfall, I would like to take you back to Volkswagen's golden era. Even if you are new to the brand, you need to know the kind of legacy it built in the automotive industry. You might know Volkswagen one way or another, but did you know they came to dominate the entire industry? In the late 1930s, the brand was founded in Germany, and it soon became a household name. The idea was to create cars that were affordable for everyone. That's how the brand got its name, Volkswagen, which roughly translates to people's car. Only a year after the brand originated, they introduced a vehicle that would define the brand's legacy: the Volkswagen Beetle. The model became so popular among the general public that it eventually put the brand onto the world map. Around 21 million units of the Beetle were sold around the world in 1938, ultimately turning the German brand into a global name. But Volkswagen didn't stop there. Within a decade, it had climbed the ranks to become the biggest automaker in Germany. It began to slowly infiltrate other countries and set up camp in Europe. That's when its world domination truly began. Volkswagen has packed plenty of innovation into its vehicles, but that's not what really fueled its expansion across Europe. The brand has a killer business mindset, something its competitors could only wish for. You see, it didn't just grow, it made its way into the big leagues by strategically taking over popular automakers one by one, and eventually managed to solidify its grip on the industry drastically. By the 1960s, they had acquired Audi, and within 2 to 3 decades, Seat and Skoda were under the Volkswagen name. What people didn't expect was that it was only the start of the brand's journey. By the early 2000s, Volkswagen had acquired more brands than you could name from the market. From Porsche, Bentley, and Bugatti to Lamborghini and Ducati, it slowly started expanding its audience. What was once a people's brand had now become just as appealing to the wealthy, giving Volkswagen the perfect opportunity to roll out luxury cars under its name. The hype was valid though. They were the pioneers in bringing and promoting fuel-efficient diesel cars, and then went on to dethrone Toyota in 2015 as the world's biggest car maker. They had every right to become popular with a global presence that nobody could even think would decline one day. Yet the way things are going right now, I feel that its time has come. The only thing that's bothered me is whether the brand's preference over owning market share is the reason for its downfall. Volkswagen reigned supreme in the automotive industry for decades, but now there are a huge number of factors that have put its ranks up for grabs. From economic pressure and aggressive competitors to technological struggles, the automotive company has really been put in a tough spot. Let's start with the obvious. There are a lot of EV companies that are slowly entering the automotive industry, but even they might not have grasped just how massive their potential is, because at the rate these EVs are aggressively expanding across the world, gas-powered vehicles might see their end faster than you can imagine. It will be a challenge for Volkswagen to grow and produce its EVs, because we already have not only Chinese EV companies that are producing cheaper models for people, but also high-end brands like Tesla that have its loyal audience enchanted. There's clearly no room for more. Think of it like this. The race to the finish line is on, but Volkswagen is at the back of it, but is definitely struggling to run the course. It isn't like the company hasn't tried. They have put a large sum of money into investments which may give them a lead in the EV revolution across Europe. However, things haven't been as easy as they had hoped. The company struggled with a lot of software malfunctions, battery supply shortages, and production delays. If that wasn't already a problem, the series that they were supposed to put against the likes of Tesla has been plagued by glitches and recalls. This has put the good Volkswagen name into the mud. The people who had made up their minds to try the EVs from the company are now in doubt. It is not like Volkswagen had a huge loyal audience waiting for their EV models. But now, even those who jumped on board are getting frustrated. They're seeing these issues pop up so early in the brand's race to dominate the EV market and can't help but wonder if it's even worth it. Meanwhile, Volkswagen's competitors aren't making it any easier for the brand to keep up. Brands like BYD and Tesla have already mastered mass production and cost efficiency, allowing them to aggressively expand across the world. For a legacy brand, this is nothing short of a nightmare. While the two big EV giants are fighting for the first spot, Volkswagen is nowhere near the finish line. We've talked about BYD's impact in the current EV market in detail in one of our other videos. Why don't you go watch it after you're done with this one? That's not all though. The Dieselgate scandal left a terrible stain on the brand's reputation. Although the whole controversy happened a long time ago, it doesn't change the fact that the automotive company was caught in a massive lie while cheating on emission tests. The scandal damaged its reputation and cost billions of dollars in fines and settlements. The brand is still trying to convince a large number of people to come back to them. A lot of consumers and investors turned their heads and never looked back. They still associate the brand with dishonesty, which naturally is making it hard for them to fully recover. Seeing calamities left and right, things started to bubble up within the company too. To stay competitive and relevant, the company is going through some massive cost-cutting measures. While it means restructuring their entire production line, it also means a lot of layoffs. That's never a good sign for a company as big as Volkswagen. Plus, with a short and demotivated staff, the chances of them coming back stronger than before seem slim at most. All of these factors are hitting Volkswagen hard and are basically just tightening the already present noose around its neck. But there's one unexpected problem silently chipping away at its reputation. A problem most people wouldn't see coming. It's the sheer number of brands under its umbrella. Porsche, Audi, Lamborghini, and Bentley aren't small brands. They all have a strong reputation and a very, very loyal audience. But Volkswagen's greed for broad market reach has created an unexpected competition internally and has put the brands into a state of utter confusion. They're also struggling with overlapping features and pricing. Meanwhile, the Volkswagen name continues to fall behind its competitors. All in all, it is a mess that they have yet to clear, and it seems nearly impossible for them to bounce back. At least to me. Can Volkswagen make it out alive of this brutal race? Volkswagen isn't a small brand. It has a massive pile of resources and enormous brand power. However, the challenges keep coming at the automotive giant one after another. Every business obviously has to go through its own set of hoops to thrive, but the obstacles in front of Volkswagen are nothing short of daunting. This is what makes the next few years crucial for the company. It will either make a story of the strongest comeback or tell a horrifying tale about a legacy brand's demise. Nobody can tell how it is going to turn out, but you can bet that everyone's waiting to see the results of the race, and there's a lot on the line. If Volkswagen can't fix its EV strategy, win back its audience's trust, and hold its ground against the giants of the EV industry, it's probably going to risk losing its title as Europe's biggest automaker, and that obviously would be destructive for it. Are they willing to see that happen? Are we looking at the beginning of Volkswagen's end? Most of all, will we ever come to terms with the brand's downfall? I'm going to leave the comment section open for debate, so share your thoughts, leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.